Hello and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time, welcome. The last time I made a video talking about why you did not need a New Year resolution. And today I just want to expand on that a little bit, but this time talk about 5 different tips that I think you can use if you are still thinking about pursuing a New Year resolution. In my last video, I talked about having a lifetime resolution or a lifetime commitment to your goals as opposed to simply making New Year resolution. But I know there is a few of you and some people who New Year resolutions work for them. You know, it gives them energy. It's the fresh start that they need. And so for you folks, I want to acknowledge that. And if you're also just new to the whole thing, the whole idea about making goals, and you want something new in your life and you want to have a big grand gesture, that is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But I want to give you about 5 tips that I think can help you as you think about, developing your New Year resolution or progressing since the New Year has already started. So let's get right into it. The first tip that I would say will be clearly define your why. Why do you want to pursue that particular goal? Why do you want to get on that journey? Especially if it's one that you've never done before, or if this is a goal that you used to have and you are revisiting that goal, or you are making a recommitment. Clearly define your why. If you are a man or anybody for that matter, and you work, let's say 10 hours a day, right? And they ask you, why do you work so much? If your response is, I'm doing it for my family, then my reaction to you is, are you trying to tell me that your family will not be happy if you are around more, if you spend more time with them, if you were engaged more, that really your family will be happier if you are constantly working? Does that make you yourself feel good that you are working all the time, 10, 12-hour shift? And maybe you are working for your family, but I want us to get a little bit deeper. Could it be that you are working harder, or you are putting that much time in because that equates to financial freedom? That because you don't want your family to lose maybe the house they live in, or you want to be able to pay off the medical bills, or you don't want your family to get stranded, and that really is the real reason you are working, you are putting in that many hours each day. So you have to really understand your why, because being able to understand that is what will basically make you be able to go to sleep, sleep freely at night or keep you up at night. That why drives everything. That why is what breeds passion. That why is what, will make you either want to accept the invitation to go out on the weekend or not. That why basically owns you. And until you understand that why, and until that why means something to you, or that why has a different impact to you or drives you enough, you might not want to make any change. So only you can really understand the why that drives you in any goal that you want to set. So that'll be my first tip. Understand your why. If your why is not important to you enough, you have to figure that out. The more important the why is to you, the more driven you can become. So in the example I made about, if it's a financial thing, that is what is making you work more hours, then guess what? Now at least you know that you need more financial freedom in order to reduce your hours, in order to spend more time with your family. But until that has happened, you will always be driven to put in more hours because you are afraid that without your financial help, your family might be in danger, right? So understanding that why is very important. Tip number 2, consistent. You have to be consistent. Whatever goal that you have, until you are always doing it or you are always working towards it, you might never see it through. You might never realize, the ultimate goal. And consistency takes so many different forms. This probably will be the hardest part of any goal setting. Any dream that you have, anything that you really want to do, being consistent sometimes is the biggest barrier because you have to do it. you have to forget about just talking. You have to go beyond just talking about it and the excitement of I want to buy a new car, or I want to get a new job. Well, now you have to sit down and look for the jobs. You have to go through different interviews and talk to your references. It's not fun. It's hard work. But that's what it takes. If you want to really accomplish any goal, you have to be consistent. And that means doing it as frequent as you've identified as possible. If you want to go to the gym 4 times a week, 5 times a week, in order to get to your goal, guess what? That means you have to do it 4 or 5 times a week. And sometimes people just get burned out or just too tired, or they lack the energy and the motivation to continue. But without consistency, you will never finish anything you set your mind to. So my tip to you, whatever goal that you have to work on it every single time. Think about it as, as school, or as being a professional athlete. They are always, if they are not working out, they are practicing. They're not practicing, they are in a game. Consistently working on that skill is what makes them great. Any other profession that applies to it. People that usually are constantly, even financial advisors, they're always watching the news, looking at the trends, reading books, listening to, TED Talks and videos, constantly improving. That is what makes them who they are, or help them realize the goals that they want to accomplish. So consistency, you definitely have to have that. Tip number 3, start small. I can't say this enough. A lot of times, in my last video, I mentioned building capacity. Basically setting yourself up in a way that your body, your mind, your spirit, your soul has accepted something. If it's not a part of who you are, or you haven't developed a habit in doing something, it will be very, very difficult to carry that through. So you have to start small. Let's say you want to go to the gym 3-4 times a week, but over the last 6 months or last year, you haven't been to the gym even one time. Your success rate is not looking good. Why? Because your body muscles are not used to all of a sudden going to the gym 3-4 times a week when you've never been in the last year. So you have to start small. You can't just go in and start lifting heavy. Like, you just can't do that. What will happen is you will get sore, your muscles will get tired, and you will just give up. But you have to start from somewhere. Maybe you reduce the weight that you really want to lift by half. That way, at least you are getting into a routine. You are getting into a groove of actually getting yourself to the gym. And then slowly, as time goes on and as you are building the capacity and you are being stronger, you can increase the weight. But just jumping right into it, it's not going to work, right? In the same way, if you're not used to saving a certain amount of money, and now you have this big goal to, I want to save $5,000 in 3 months, whatever time frame it is, it'll be very difficult because you already had certain habits that you are used to doing, and saving a big chunk of money was not part of it. But you have to start small and get yourself and your mind into a certain routine before you can maintain that. So starting small never hurts anything. It only helps you. It helps you build a mindset. It gets you into a certain habit in able to following through what it is that you want. So that's my tip number 3. Tip number 4, get assistance, get help, get resource. Now that comes in different forms, right? Basically what I'm trying to say is any type of successful activity, successful event, someone has done it before you. Any goal that you want to accomplish, any footsteps that you want to follow, someone has already walked that path. And it's okay to ask people who have undergone certain journeys how they got there. If it's about weight loss and fitness, trust me, there's always someone who used to be a certain way and work their way into a different into their idea or ideal weight, right? And they can tell you the types of meals, the meal preps, what they ate, how often they had to get up to work out, so many different resources out, and sometimes it's just on, in video, just watching other videos. People always are happy to share their success stories. There are different, seminars and forums and support groups that you can, join or get yourself affiliated with, depending on what it is your goals are. But the bottom line is you need some assistance. Sometimes setting goals, you need help. You need people to provide, the tips and the secrets, or just the motivation, or just someone else to believe in you and to help you on that journey. It's not all journeys that you can do by yourself or you can go on alone. So if someone already has the blueprint, they've put in the work and it has worked for them, hey, tap into it. Pick their mind, pick their brain. And usually people will be happy to share their knowledge with you, especially if you are looking at them in that mentor, mentee kind of capacity. People like to talk about themselves. So be humble, go to them. I'm trying to do X, Y, Z, and I've seen that you've already done it. How can I get there? People in the business, feel do it all the time. When they're trying to start a business and someone has already done it, and they are looking for that mentor or mentorship to help them also be successful. There's nothing wrong with humbling yourself and going to this person or people and saying, I'm trying to do what you've already done. Can you please help me? Or I'm thinking this. Is that okay? What are your thoughts? And usually people will be open in sharing that with you. So don't forget to, or don't be afraid to ask someone for help. And it's not that they are going to do it for you. It's that they've already followed the blueprint that has worked for them, and you are trying to follow that path. And they are sharing their ideas and their knowledge with you. There's nothing wrong with that. So get assistance. Also read. Go watch videos. Most of these are documented. Any particular goal that you want, people have spoken about it, just done so many different, provided information about it. So don't be afraid to seek that out. The last point, or the last tip, is that prepare to win. I cannot emphasize this enough. Prepare to win in this goal that you've set. And preparing means you are consciously putting yourself in a position to be successful in this goal. So if that means, going to bed at a certain time, getting the rest that you need, or scheduling yourself as to when, you might go to the, picture you want to go to the gym tomorrow, but you don't even know what time you want to go. Or, you say you want to eat healthy, or you want to lose a certain amount of weight, right? You want to lose weight. Okay, what does that mean? How much weight do you want to lose? What are you going to cut out of your food or out of your meal? What is it? You have to set yourself up to be successful in that. Things cannot be vague this time. You have to schedule when you are going to do what, right? You have to, sometimes even prompt yourself, set an alarm, set a calendar, remind yourself. Maybe ask a friend to call you if necessary. But you have to be prepared, or put yourself in a position where you can be successful. You can't, say that you are waking up at 6 in the morning to go to the gym, and by 1 a.m. you are still up. How can you wake up? And how will your body even respond to waking up on 4 or 5 hours of sleep to go and work out and then be effective at your regular day job? Maybe you can do that. But what happens is after you go to work, now you come back home, you are so tired you can't do anything else. And now you blame it on the fact that you went to the gym and that's what. Now, you just did not prepare. You did not set yourself up to be successful in what you wanted. So preparing yourself or setting yourself up to be successful is very critical in any goal that you want to accomplish. Anyway, guys, I hope this provided some guidance. This provided some good tips for you as you think about, setting into the new year and following your goals, your dreams, and the things that are important to you. I am happy you stuck around, and thank you for watching through to this video. If you like the content, please don't hesitate. I would love for you to subscribe. It helps me out a lot so I can continue to provide these types of videos for you. Happy New Year. We're done with Christmas, so Happy New Year, and I hope this year is very great and prosperous for you. Thank you.